Hey friends, welcome back to The Balanced Bite. It's Regina here. Today I'm sharing a full day worth of meal preps for 4 days. It's a 4-day meal prep that doesn't sacrifice on flavor or satisfaction, and it helps me to stay on track and continue with my weight loss goals. This week's plan comes in at 1,670 calories with 110 grams of protein. It includes everything from blueberry cottage cheese pancakes to a fresh shrimp grapefruit salad with avocado, and finally a super delicious shredded beef taco with slaw. I always have a snack in between my lunch and my dinner, and this week I'm having hummus and carrots. Yes, I always make room for something sweet. One of my favorite things to meal prep every week are yogurt bars dipped in chocolate, and this week I made a cherry almond flavor that is absolutely divine. These are a perfect way to end the day with a little treat without going off track. If you're for realistic, balanced meals that help you stay consistent and on track, this one's for you. Let's get into it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be making are the blueberry sheet pan pancakes. I really love this recipe because it's really easy. It's full of protein and fiber, and most of all, it's delicious. So let's get into the ingredients. Okay, so in a high-speed blender, we're going to go ahead and take our cottage cheese. And we have about 2 cups here, and we're going to put that in there. Now, I have all the macros, ingredients, etc. in my blog as usual, and I'll go ahead and list that in the description of this video. So go ahead and get all your cottage cheese in there, and then we're going to follow that up with the eggs. We have 4 eggs here. And you guys, this is just really easy. It's just blending. That's all you have to do. We're going to put our oats in. Salt and our baking soda. Some vanilla for flavor. And some. Now, if you wanted to, you could add stevia or honey to this. I ended up not doing that and then putting, when I made my pancakes, when I ate them in the morning, I just put the sugar-free syrup on it and it was good like that. Okay, so next we're going to take the blended mixture and just put it on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Just want to kind of get it out here. It's a little thick, you guys, but once you get it out of the blender, it's good to go. Oops. Oh, forgot to take that out. Okay. Hazards of cooking. So now we're going to just kind of get this as thin as possible on this baking sheet. This is a standard type size baking sheet, and it worked just fine. Okay, so now we're going to take our blueberries. I put a little bit of flour on here because I didn't want the blueberries to turn the sheet pancakes, the pancake part of it blue. So kind of went a little bit overboard with the flour, though. You probably just need about a tablespoon. I had 2 in here. Just mixed it a little bit better than I did. And just kind of spread them evenly throughout the dough. So you're going to want to bake them at 350 for 25 to 30 minutes. So take them out of the oven, let them cool down, and then cut them into 4 big pieces, and then again another big four big pieces. And you can put them in containers like I do here. I like to keep mine, in one place. I can just grab and go. So let me show you how I assemble the pancakes from the container. I take the pancakes out and I stack them up, and then I take my granola. I spread it all over the plate to make it look pretty. And then I add some more. Sorry, my table is shaking. Gotta get that fixed. And then I have some maple syrup here, and I have the equivalent of 10 calories, which I think is 30 milliliters. And I put that over that. And I think these pancakes really, like, there's a lot of them. And when I eat this breakfast, I'm full. I was full this morning till about noon. So yeah, they, with the protein from the cottage cheese, really helped. So I did add an additional thing of Greek yogurt, and I put some stevia in it, and it was a delicious breakfast. I hope you will enjoy it. Hey everyone, welcome back. For lunch, I'm excited to share with you guys my shrimp, avocado, and grapefruit salad. This is a refreshing dish, and it has a lot of protein in the shrimp part of it, and it balances out with the fiber, with the grapefruit, the salad, and the fat for from the avocado. It's really tasty, and the homemade dressing just makes it so good. So let's go ahead and get into making the salad for today's meal prep. To begin with, we'll prep our grapefruit. Start by cutting off the peel and removing the bitter white pith from each side. I'm working with 2 grapefruits, so repeat this process for both. Once the pith is removed, carefully segment the grapefruit into pieces. Don't be afraid if there's a little bit of the pith left over, you can just kind of cut that off. But yeah, just cut where the little white marks are and cut it into little pieces like this. Grapefruits, I took about 4 of the not so nice pieces and squeezed the juice out of it. This is for the dressing that we're going to be making. So yeah, I took about 4 pieces and I squeezed about 2 tablespoons or more of the grapefruit juice. Now we're going to make this super easy salad dressing. You need 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And you're going to use 2 tablespoons of the grapefruit juice that we just squeezed. And then for some sweetness, you're going to put some honey, 1 tablespoon of honey in there. And also we need 1 tablespoon of lime juice. Then give that a whisk. Then you can add your salt and pepper. I just put a pinch of salt and a pinch of pepper. And then I just, again, whisk it up, and you're good to go. It makes 4 servings. Next, let's prepare the shrimp. Normally I use raw shrimp, but today I ordered them via DoorDash and they came pre-cooked. So I'm simply going to add a blend of spices, some paprika, garlic powder, salt and pepper before frying them. Feel free to adjust the seasoning to your taste, even just salt and pepper works perfectly. All the recipes and detailed instructions are in the blog post linked in the description. And that's it for the shrimp. Now let's grab a pan and spray it lightly with Pam spray or drizzle it with a little bit of olive oil. Turn the heat up to high and add your shrimp, cooking them for about 2 minutes on each side since they're already pre-cooked. Once the shrimp are ready, we can move on to prepping the salad. I love using my new mandolin because it creates perfectly uniform slices. Starting with a quarter of a cucumber, slice it into nice thin rounds. Next, you can do the same with red onion, ensuring each slice is delicate and even. Okay, this is a part that you really can't, in my opinion, prepare ahead of time. So because my husband wanted to eat the salad that night that we were making the video, I went ahead and I just cut up 1 avocado, 1 for him, and 1/2 for him and 1/2 for me. And I just cut it down the middle there, and you can just pop it out of the skin. You kind of just pop it out and put it on to the plate, and that is your avocado for your shrimp salad. Let's go ahead and assemble the salad. I got this idea off of Pinterest and kind of made it my own. Basically, it's the same structure, but I used mixed greens instead of, there was spinach in the other one. And then I'm going to put the grilled shrimp in here. Now, I suppose you could do this with chicken or I don't guess even tuna as well. Or cod, any kind of fish. Then let's put in our grapefruit. Now, you guys, I remember as a kid, my mom would eat grapefruit all the time. And when I would eat it, it was so sour. I did not like it at all. But today, I really love it. I actually prefer grapefruit over oranges. Although oranges are good too. If you get a good one. And I want to let you guys know my husband tried the salad and he wants to eat it every week now. He's hooked. So let's go ahead and put the red onion on. I like just a little bit and like it thin like this. Then we're going to put the cucumber on top of that. And lastly, you can put up the half of the cucumber, or sorry, half of the avocado on here. Next, add a little of your dressing, and you guys, this really, the grapefruit in this dressing really made it what it is. It was delicious. And here you go. All right, it's dinner time. Tonight I'm gonna be making some shredded beef tacos, and I drew inspiration from this recipe. The majority of it is this recipe. I did change up the slaw a little bit, but it's a shredded beef taco, and what's so good about it is that it has a very low sodium count to it. Instead of putting like beef broth or chicken broth, we're just simply putting in some cinnamon and some other spices and letting the meat slow cook. We're gonna add some fiber with the slaw and a tangy, like I said, dressing to make it a little bit more interesting. So with that said, let's get more into it and I'll show you how I made them. So to begin with, we're gonna use a half of an onion that we diced up, and we're gonna put that into a saute pan and brown it up a little bit. And then we're gonna add some garlic, about 3 garlic cloves, and stir that in for about a minute just to give it some flavor. Then add your ketchup. This is about 3 tablespoons. It called for tomato paste. I didn't have any, so I substituted with this ketchup, and it turned out really good. It was nice. And then we're gonna put in our spices. So this is what makes it. This is the chili powder and the chipotle pepper and adobe sauce. Stir those together. And then you can add the cinnamon. Give that a stir. Next we have 2 pounds of the chuck-eyed roast, and you want to trim all the fat off that. We're going to put this into a crock pot. And you're going to want to put this setting on high for about 5 or 6 hours until it starts to shred. And then let's put the aromatics back into the pot. Then we have 3/4 cups of water here. And this part, you can put salt and pepper in. I just put about a teaspoon
This is totally your preference, so I just thought it needed it. Then once the beef is totally shredded after, like I said, 5 or 6 hours, I went ahead and divided each of these into 2.5 ounces. This made 6 servings. And then I went ahead and meal prepped everything. I put the shredded beef in, and then there was some juice left over, and I also put that in there as well. And this is really nice. Like I said, it wasn't salty. It had just a really, aromatic flavor with the cinnamon and the chipotle peppers. Really good. And then the slaw, I just had a prepackaged thing of slaw, and I put some jalapeno peppers and a little bit more carrots in there. And I just divided evenly what I had into 6 portions. Next, I took some of the slaw dressing that I made, and I'll link that in the blog post. It had lime and a little bit of mayonnaise in there, and it was really good. So then just give it a cover to each one of them. And you can put these in the refrigerator up to 5 or 6 days. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how I assembled them. I bought this taco holder on Amazon, and it was very helpful with these corn tortillas. They were a little bit, I put the corn tortillas in a dry pan, and I flipped them on each side on high, medium high, for about 30 seconds. They came out nice and, pliable, but they needed some structure, so these taco holders are great. So I put the beef in, and then I have the juice that I microwave both the juice and the sauce for about a minute, and then I added the dressing to the slaw mixture, and I put that on top here. And then next I'm going to add the feta cheese. I added a tablespoon of feta cheese to this. You could add cottage cheese too if you'd like. Anything white would be good with this. And there you go. So now we've had our breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And always at the end of the night, I feel like to end the day, I want something sweet. So I made these cherry almond yogurt bars, and they turned out so well. And so let me show you how I made them. You're going to need cherries, a chocolate bar, Greek yogurt, some maple syrup, vanilla, and some sliced almonds. In a high-speed blender, go ahead and put your yogurt, your frozen cherries, your maple syrup, your almonds, and finally your vanilla. Mix for 3 minutes. Then go ahead and take your cherry almond mixture and pour it into popsicle molds. This makes 8 total yogurt bars. Here are cherry yogurt bars. I'm going to put them in the freezer for 4 to 6 hours, and then I'm going to dip them in chocolate. Here are bars. You can store them in a airtight container in the refrigerator for up to 6 months. And I added some syrup and cherries when I served them, and they were so delicious. Enjoy.
Thank you for joining me today on my meal prep journey. We started the day off with a healthy blueberry sheet pan pancakes and topped it off with some Greek yogurt and some granola, and followed that up with a refreshing shrimp, grapefruit, and avocado salad. And in the evening, we made some really healthy, fiber-rich beef tacos that were low in sodium. I believe that any weight loss journey can be healthy. It's just how you go about making things and the combinations. And I had a lot of fun with this one. It was really satisfying. I hope you guys will give some of these recipes a try. They are really good, and I know you're gonna love them. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. It really does help my channel, and I am really trying to grow, so I really would appreciate your help. As I mentioned in previous videos, I do a meal prep video every week, and it usually comes out about this time, Tuesday or Wednesday. And I love sharing with them, and I'm hoping to see more of you guys. Thanks for all the new subscribers, and I'll see you in the next meal prep video.